right, it's 1:58 p.m. on Thursday, and Cody's bracket is already busted.
Not yet. Mine's still strong.
Cody was just telling me he had Drake in the Final Four. Was that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going all the way this year.
It's not busted yet, but it's going to.
Probably quite soon, actually, but...
Okay, so here we are. This is Pop Culture Pastor. My name is Dave. Cody is here.
I am.
You know who's not here is the guest we originally planned for.
Not yet.
No, he's not coming, bro.
Not yet.
Cody's holding out hope that he still might show.
It might be today. It might be next week.
I think it's going to probably be next week.
It might be 3 weeks from now.
You never know. Anyways, we had an idea and a thought for the show this week, and we had a guest, but the guest had to cancel last minute because he's a busy guy.
More busy than us.
And so rather than us just talking about what we were going to talk about by ourselves, we're going to hold off on that until hopefully next week. But that left us in a little bit of a bind because we don't really have enough time to put together a full episode. So we thought that we would just give you a little bonus time with me and Cody, and hopefully that would tide you over until the next full episode of the pod.
I'm trying my best, people.
So let me decode that for you. This is a bonus episode. No full episode this week. We're sorry about that, but it happens sometimes. It really was a scheduling snafu. And yeah, so we're just going to move on, and we're going to talk about a few things that we can talk about, and hopefully you'll like it. We are getting ready to go to Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City for the next 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend.
And I'm about to have a new best friend, Dave.
I'm sorry, what? I'm your new best friend?
No, you're getting replaced by another Dave or David.
Oh, that's shocking and sad and
It
insulting. What? Wait, who is this Dave?
Sir David Tennant.
Oh.
I don't know if people call him Dave.
So last year at Planet Comic-Con, on the first day, Cody went to wait in line. You might remember this story. We went to wait in line to get the autograph of the Arby's guy.
Not the Arby's guy.
Not the Arby's guy. Keith David.
Yes.
Ving Rhames is apparently the Arby's guy, but I thought it was Keith David. So I continue to call him the Arby's guy.
Completely different guys.
That's what I'm told. But he went to go get this autograph for a friend, Geek Jackson.
Of the Chauncey family, yes.
Yeah. He was doing this for a friend. He was gone like 8 hours. It was like a full shift.
I almost died.
He's standing in line the whole time waiting to get this autograph for Geek Jackson. Meanwhile, we were back at the booth like, we're dying here. No break because Cody's gone. We're like, maybe Cody's kidnapped. Maybe someone just grabbed him. I don't trust that Skeet Ulrich.
Yep.
That guy looks shady. Him and Matthew Lillard both. Just kind of shady.
They might not be on the up and up.
And so, spoilers, he was okay, but it was like almost like a full hour and a half after the con closed for the night.
Yep.
When you finally got done, which, that's okay because we could still go through the Taco Bell drive-thru on our way back to the Airbnb. And that's probably what we'll do this year because, again, Cody is scheduled to get David Tennant's photograph. You're going to take a picture.
This is going to be more organized.
Yeah, the pictures go faster.
So now I thought that it was supposed to be at like 6:50. It's actually at 7:50. So we will be.
Wait, the pod's over at 8, or the con's over at 8 on tomorrow night?
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, that better move like it's supposed to.
In David, I trust.
Yeah.
I don't know what shirt I'm going to wear though.
Well, what are we choosing from?
Okay, so we have our podcast shirt, the blue one.
Okay.
We have, since he is a part of the Royal Shakespeare Theater, I have a Tempest shirt from the one William Shakespeare.
Okay.
And then I also was like, he's Scottish. Joe Hendry from WWE is Scottish. And I could wear my Joe Hendry shirt.
I'm going to nix that one. That's a reach.
It is. But if you say his name, he will appear.
It's a tough decision, but I'm going to have to go with our shirt. Free advertising, baby.
Yes.
And maybe we could get David on. You know, maybe he'd be like, "Oh, hey, hi, matey. What's that?"
That is not how the Scots talk.
And you'd be like, "Oh, that's our podcast," and he's like, "Oh, that Dave sounds like a nice, right chap."
So I'm hoping by wearing our shirt, he sees the word pastor and then starts to talk to me about his dad, who was a pastor.
Oh, now you have to wear our shirt.
Just know, wearing a Shakespearean shirt was on the table, people.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's clever and all, but someone else will do that. You know someone else will.
No one will.
You're right. This is a bunch of Kansas City folks. They're going to be wearing like Harley Davidson shirts. They're like, this is not the Sons of Anarchy photo op.
Nope. That was last year.
Oh my gosh. And it was crazy popular. So many Sons fans.
My wife was there.
Yeah, but your wife is much less motorcycle-y than a lot of them.
That's what she would have you believe.
She's got the inner motorcycle-y thing
yes.
going on. So we are going to be at Planet Comic-Con, and we'd really like to see anyone that listens to the pod stop by our booth. We're going to be right in the middle somewhere. I think it's like the 2400 block. I don't have our number memorized, but if you went last year, we're literally in almost the exact same spot that we were last year. So come find us, come talk to us. We got a lot of freebies, prizes. If you're already subscribed to the pod, well, let's just spin the free prize wheel.
It's a shame that we're not in the 4400 block.
Why is that?
Because then we could have made a reference to the hit show, The 4400.
Wow, that people would have got that? That's a real show? I've never heard of it.
It was a sci-fi show.
Oh, okay.
It had fans. Not me, but it had fans.
Yeah. So anyways, come and see us. Cody's derailing our bonus pod, just like the regular pod. But come see us. And Saturday night, what I'm hoping is that you'll come. We want to start this tradition where we go have dinner somewhere Saturday night after the con closes for the night. And I think we're going to go to Old Chicago, probably. The Old Chicago do I need to look that up? I'll post it.
You'll post it.
I will post it on our social media. So if you are on my social media, I will post it in the Pop Culture Pastor community group on Facebook.
So if you are there and you see this, head that direction.
Yeah. So you will have to join the Pop Culture Pastor community Facebook group if you want to know where the Old Chicago we're going to is at on Saturday night after Planet Comic-Con is done for the day. We want this to be a tradition. We want it to be like a hangout and we want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger, just like a community hangout.
My real question is, are you going to meet Helen Hunt?
I want to. I kind of want to. Should I?
Yes.
I mean, it feels weird because I'm not like a super fan, but I love Twister.
And we mentioned that she just fell off the edge of the earth after Castaway, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we just talked about her a lot, and, we might talk about her again because coming up, we might have Doug Heddy on again, meteorologist Doug Heddy, who talked about Twisters with us.
Yes. Friend of the pod.
By the way,
Doug Heddy.
We got tons of fun stuff planned. Things are just they're ratcheting into gear, Cody.
It's finally happening.
We've been talking to Doug Heddy, meteorologist on TV in these parts, and he has agreed to come back on, hopefully, if it works out in our schedules, to come back on and talk about the Joplin tornado documentary that just dropped on Netflix.
I have already watched it once.
Oh, how was it?
It was interesting, the route that they went.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm obviously planning on it.
The focus was narrow.
Oh, okay. So they're focused in.
And like there's certain things that like I had questions afterwards, but then they mentioned things that I didn't think anyone would have mentioned and that I knew already, and I was like, okay, so they at least know their stuff.
Yeah. Now, our friend Doug Hetty was on the documentary, correct?
Yes.
He's one of the guys they interview.
He is in it for a handful of minutes, off and on.
Awesome. I'm excited to watch it. Doug, listen, we had him on once. The hope is we can get him on the whole episode.
Yes.
That he can come actually sit and record with us.
And play the movie game.
And play the movie game, because that would be fun. And just have him here and we can just talk about the documentary and just how cool he is.
Yep.
I just want to be friends with Doug.
Give him a fist bump.
Yeah. Yeah, we like Doug. Also, I've been talking with a guy on Instagram known as Snachs With Zach. And it's SNACHS with Zach, ZACH. You see what he did there?
I do see what he did there.
So there's a lot of these accounts on Instagram that are like what I would call food accounts, which are my basic follows. If you go to how if you go to the search tab on Instagram, it shows you.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know.
Why not?
I don't have the gram.
You're not on Instagram?
I'm not on the gram.
That's weird. Why not? You send me reels all the time.
That's from the Facing books.
Oh. You know that those are made for Instagram, though.
But they're on the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So I don't need two apps to do one thing.
Well, okay. No, they're completely different. Instagram is just pictures and videos.
I don't got time for that.
All right. You're weirdly closed off to the idea of Instagram.
I'm actually really closed off to just new social media.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't add it.
Although you begged us to get on Blue Sky.
Yes. Because it was replacing X potentially.
Well, I'll have you know that now that we're on Blue Sky, I believe every conspiracy theory about Donald Trump there is to believe. See what you did? See what you did. No, I'm just kidding. So on Instagram, when you go to the search tab, it brings up all these pictures of what it thinks you want to see. And mine's pretty much all food.
Well, that's nice.
Food and basketball fights.
I think mine would be animals, video games, and food.
Okay. See, you should join the gram. Anyways, we've been talking. So there's a lot of food influencers, and I've been talking with Snachs With Zach, who's got something like 100,000 followers or something ridiculous.
That's 100,000 more than I have.
Yeah, and we're going to have him on an episode of the pod sometime in April. We're just trying to figure out how we can build an episode around him. So if you have any ideas for the way pop culture mixes with snacks and food, let us know on the, when we put out this pod, let us know on the comments
group.
Yeah, the community group or the comments section of the post for this, or you can message us.
I will actually respond to messages if it's directed at me.
Yes. Yeah, we will, because we're nice like that. Yeah, so we got all that coming up. Doug Hetty, maybe too. We got a lot of movies that are coming out this summer we're excited about to review, including July, which is just going to be boom, 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 boom.
And I might be reaching out to my favorite Russo. I can't confirm or deny it.
Yeah. So Superman, Fantastic Four. What's the other one?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World. Happy Gilmore 2. I would like to review that one because I think it'd be fun.
I would like to review Happy Gilmore 1.
Oh, also, well, yeah, if we're going to do 2, we should, Be Kind Rewind Happy Gilmore 1.
Yes.
Why not? Why wouldn't we? Also, you could settle an argument for us. We were considering reviewing Snow White, the new Snow White movie. Would you be interested in an honest review of Snow White? Because right now, the conversation around it is already awful.
It is something for sure.
So my idea was to just we could watch it and just give an honest review.
And my idea about Disney's live action remakes they're a cash grab already.
Well, they are for sure.
But I can go deeper into why Disney does the way they do it. But that would be for that pod. I'm not going to discuss it on this one.
Yeah. To me, it's just an interesting movie because it's weird because, like, so you remember Peter Dinklage?
I do.
Got mad that they were even making it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I think in reaction to that, they did, like, CGI dwarves for the movie.
Yep.
And now there's a whole bunch of dwarf actors who are protesting the movie because they're mad.
Although Peter Dinklage did not want little people cast in that.
I know. But now, you know, even they as a group are split on it. Anyways, you can tell us if you want us to review that movie. We'll totally go with you because I don't have my heart set on it or anything. That's just $10 more I got to spend. 20 if you count the nachos.
I haven't tried our theater's nachos.
Well, they're not that great. I mean, it's processed cheese, man. What are you going to do? All right, so I thought we'd talk about some news items.
Sweet.
Since we're just sitting here and we're just, making up for lost time and we didn't know what we were going to do after we lost what we were going to do. And so now we're welcome to a new segment, a weekly segment whereas I will try to continue to convince Cody that the Batman 2, the Matt Reeves movie, will not come out, will never get made.
It's happening, kids.
And the news I want to bring up today is that Colin Farrell is now circling the role of Sergeant Rock, the one Daniel Craig just left. And they're trying to get, by the way, this is a DCU movie.
Yeah.
Sergeant Rock, they've offered the role to Colin Farrell, who's considering taking it.
He'd be good.
Well, that's fine. He'd be good, but he's the Penguin. He's won all these awards.
You literally can't tell it's him, though, as the Penguin.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying he couldn't play both characters. Here's what I'm saying. The article and the piece of this is clearly, by the way, given to the Hollywood Reporter from DC, Warner Brothers. They clearly put out this media thing, and it says they're hoping to begin filming on the Batman 2 later this year, but Sergeant Rock starts filming this summer. Now, I'm just asking you, Cody, using logic and common sense, why would James Gunn and Peter Safran go after someone that was in a movie their studio was also hoping to start filming soon, making them push that maybe farther back? Because if Sergeant Rock starts in the summer and everything goes perfectly according to plan, maybe they'll be done by the end of the year. Possibly, judging by most comic book movies, they might not be because you're going to have a bunch of reshoots. You don't think it's fishy at all?
No.
That they... You won't even let me get through it, man.
So the logic I have, because it is two-part. First part is you have Colin Farrell under contract and you know the quality of actor he is. So you're just like, okay, we'll get this guy.
I'll wait for my rebuttal until point 2.
And point 2 is the Penguin's not going to be a primary focus. Might barely even be in it if he's in it at all, because you just literally had a whole spin-off series.
He is in it.
And so, like, if you have him, he's not going to be the big bad. He was already the big bad, and we've moved on. He's just connecting tissue. So, like, if you need him on set for 72 hours... you can get him on set for 72 hours.
According to this report from the Hollywood Reporter about this, Colin Farrell himself said he is in the Batman Part 2, but not much.
That sounds about right.
But he is supposed to be back, according to Matt Reeves, for Part 3, a little bit heavier. Now,
that sounds right.
My rebuttal comes from a standpoint of, I think we would at least have to admit it's weird optics to go after an actor who just won a bunch of awards for his performance in The Penguin. Like, listen, Marvel, this is unrivaled. Marvel can't touch this with what The Penguin did.
Penguin chef's kiss.
Yeah, and he won actual awards, like Golden Globe and stuff like that. Like,
I gave him an EGOT in my heart. for his performance.
And so it just looks really, really odd to be like, you would think that Warner Brothers and the DCU would want Matt Reeves, that movie, to be filmed as quickly as possible because it was a moneymaker. It was successful. And yet it's been delayed and delayed and delayed, and now appears to be delayed again. And their official response to it is, hopefully they'll start filming by the end of the year. And I just don't buy it. I don't think they want it to film at all.
I thought it was always going to be the end of this year after the last setback.
Yeah. I think James Gunn secretly wants this Batman, the Battinson, in his universe now. And he doesn't want Matt Reeves to make another movie. He just wants to just kind of take Battinson for his universe. That's what I think.
I think our Pat doesn't look.
Our Bat
doesn't look the part for if we're going the Brave and the Bold.
Well, he might by the time we're ready to film it. He ain't getting younger.
Well, I know he's not getting younger, but like, he's not looking the part. He looks the part for, we're year 2 or 3 Batman. Yeah, makes sense.
Side note, Daniel Craig, who pulled out of Sergeant Rock, is now being wooed. The reason he left is he's being wooed to be in Greta Gerwig's Narnia show on Netflix.
Is he Aslan?
I don't know, but that's pretty cool, huh?
It is, but at the same time, why are you sabotaging the DC, Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig, he doesn't have any... Why can't he just take whatever job he wants? I mean, let's be honest. Would you rather be in the Narnia project or Sergeant Rock?
Sergeant Rock, potentially.
No. Sergeant Rock as a character, this is a non-starter. This movie has no shot of being big.
That's what they said about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Completely different. Like, you can't make Guardians of the Galaxy fun or you can't make Sergeant Rock like light, airy, and fun and pleasing.
Doesn't need to be, because DC's about the drama. And ask the Penguin.
Not so secretly, even though Colin Farrell just won awards, he's surprisingly a very low bankable movie star. He doesn't carry movies. Just on history, he's not a high or box office actor.
Well, that's because he's choosing quality films. Not Avatar and Avatar 2.
Aren't you the dude who just messaged me and said, well, if people aren't going to the box office, they're not seeing it, they don't care about it?
Well, I can't help that people don't care about quality films, Dave.
Come on. All right, Scorsese. Talking in circles. This is ridiculous.
And Narnia, I think with Greta, it'll be great. The issue always is kids grow up way too fast. Mm-hmm. And like, there's like 7 books.
Yeah, I think you got to make them, maybe even for the first movie, a little bit younger than they actually are in the books. If you want to entertain doing them all.
Yeah. So, and I really can't remember much about Prince Caspian. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe's the one that everyone remembers.
I would really like them to do them all, too, because I honestly do not remember, like, the last 3 books in the series. And I read them when I was a kid.
I have seen the Doctor Who episode that was loosely based off of Narnia.
Of course you have. Of course. Did you hear what was going on in Antarctica?
As someone that doesn't traverse the Antarctica, I usually don't keep up on their news.
Well, apparently there's a base there operated by South Africa where a bunch of scientists are hanging out and doing, I don't know, some sort of science. They're doing science, Cody.
As one does.
And it's the Sinai 4 base. And apparently an urgent email was sent by one of the scientists there accusing one of the 9 team members of becoming violent and mentally unstable. There were all these like alarms being raised that one of them went crazy and was being, let me just read the list here. Physically assaulted a colleague, threatened to kill a different colleague, threatening behavior. Quote, his behavior is becoming increasingly egregious, and I am experiencing significant difficulty in feeling secure in his presence. This sounds like one of those science fiction movies.
It does.
Where they're going into like deep space and someone in the crew goes crazy.
Cabin fever's real.
But it, like, you're a mental health guy. This is a real thing, and we're watching it play out. And I'm like, dude, this is like the plot of every science fiction movie where they're doing some long trip.
Oh yeah, and even if it's not that, just the idea of being after a certain task, trying to do something for so long that like eventually it drives you a little sideways, like in the movie Dreamcatcher starring Morgan Freeman.
That was specific.
It was.
South Africa's Department of Forestry, Fisheries, and the Environment released a statement saying the alleged assault at the base was reported on February 27th, triggering a response plan by the government, who used, quote, trained professionals to mediate. Did they send the SEALs? They sent the SEALs, didn't they?
It sounds like they might have sent counselors.
In the SEALs.
And the SEALs.
And they shot that guy because he was now an alien. I've seen John Carpenter's The Thing.
I don't know if that is what happened.
Well, you know, down in Antarctica, there's also that wall. Because it's all flat Earth. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I hear you.
But you're not going to confirm. He's not confirming.
I will not confirm.
Relax, everybody. It was a joke. I don't think there's a wall. The Earth's not flat.
There's a hole in the middle of Antarctica where you fall into the center of the Earth.
Now that one I believe. It's a little journey to the center of the Earth stuff there. Okay. Are you watching Daredevil yet?
No.
Daredevil Born Again?
There's too many shows on right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I am current. As we record this, episode 4 came out earlier this week. I've watched through all of them. I think I can highly recommend this. The most recent episode, I will not say anything specific. There's been choppy moments. The flow of the whole series has been choppy at times, and that's probably a result of, the Marvel stuff, where they've totally rewritten this, but they're using some stuff from the old story, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter because the acting is brilliant. These characters are fun. They're fun to be around, although they're completely sad. And in the 4th episode in particular, Cody, I'm just going to tease you. There is maybe the best dialogue scene between two characters in the Marvel Universe ever put to film. It is fantastic.
If you love that, watch The Penguin.
Oh, gosh.
Bazang!
I mean, can we not? What are we even talking about here? You're going to be very sad when Daredevil wins all the awards, too.
Will it?
Well, not for the shit, not writing. That's for sure. But maybe some acting. The performances are great.
I hope so.
You got, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vinny, as I like to call him.
Yeah. The guy that plays Daredevil.
Charlie
Cox, yeah. And I'm not going to spoil it, so I won't tell you the guy he's in dialogue with. But it's someone that we've seen before in the ongoing Daredevil story. And it's not She-Hulk. Just don't go there.
I was going to guess She-Hulk or the blind guy. The
Daredevil episode of She-Hulk, as far as Daredevil fans go, we've Rocky 5'd it. It's completely excised from memory, and we're pretending like it never happened.
We have not Rocky 5'd Rocky 5 on this side of the table.
We have also Rocky 5'd Rocky 5. Also, this bit of news, if you're listening to our watch-alongs, we are coming up on the season finale of Severance.
Potentially series finale.
Nope. Ben Stiller just came out today and assures Severance fans that season 3 won't take another 3 years.
Because he's ending it at 2.
Stop it. Why can't we have nice things, Cody?
Because this is America.
This is America. Okay, I was about to do the little dance, but all right. So Severance season 2 is winding down. If you're not watching Severance and therefore not listening to watch-alongs, you should probably start watching it because Apple Plus TV could go bankrupt any day. They are losing money by the boatloads. I don't know why streaming doesn't work, but it doesn't work apparently. We're all going back to cable. That's what's going to happen.
Well, cable's not working right now. They're like axing channels left and right because they can't come to deals.
We're going back to antennas and analog.
Yeah.
But Severance 2, seriously, if you're not watching it, you should. And as you go episode by episode, listen to our watch-alongs because we're having a lot of fun with it.
It is currently the #1 streamed show in the world.
Our podcast?
No.
Oh, okay.
Severance.
I got excited there for a second, but yeah. Severance season 2 finale coming up. That reminds us, since watch-alongs is about to come to an end, I thought, well, that'd be nice. We'll have a little break from watch-alongs. But something I thought was supposed to come out much later actually is coming out April 13th, and that's The Last of Us season 2.
It never ends.
Which was our first watch-along ever, if you've been with the pod for a while. Season 1 was.
I already have the tissues ready.
Yeah, we really enjoyed doing a watch-along for Last of Us Season 1. So tell us, do you want us to watch along with Last of Us Season 2, which starts April 13th on Max?
Oh my goodness, so many tears.
Yeah, let us know.
They're all coming.
Let us know. Cody, is there anything else we need to talk about?
You teased it, but I'll flush it out.
Okay.
Apple's losing $1 billion a year on the streaming.
What is happening? What? How? $1 billion? $1 billion. We got Warner Brothers. We're going to go belly up when Superman flops. Apple TV, Disney Plus. It's all junk. What's going on?
So I feel with Apple, this might be part of their strategy.
Oh?
Yes. Oh, indeed. So forever and a day, Apple was kind of the elitist computer company.
Elitist computer company. Okay, go on. I'm with you. I'm tracking.
With the Macs and the MacBooks, and not the OG one that took the floppy drive, because I think everyone had those.
I'm using a MacBook right now.
And then, like, you were only hip if you had an iPhone.
Mm-hmm. I've also got an iPhone sitting right here.
And an iPod.
I don't know why we're elitist. It's just better.
Yes.
And you should be using it. I don't know why that makes us
And
elitist.
every time there's a new iPod, iPad, or iPhone, you got to update.
You got to.
And so they are retailing as kind of exclusive, higher end, but affordable enough for those in the middle and the lower ends to be like, okay, I can take part of this without breaking the bank completely. And I think that their hope is, with Severance being the most streamed, most talked about show right now, Ted Lasso coming back, and like everyone, their mom talking about it, that people will be like, I can start paying out the $10 or whatever it is a month and dive into this.
I hope so. It'd be nice if the Apple company could, get out of trouble. I mean, I know it's rough over there at Apple. I myself took out a 20-year loan on this this MacBook. Yeah. After 1,800 more payments, this baby's mine.
Exactly. So I think it's part of their marketing strategy, being elitist and the best.
Okay. I mean, I like Apple. I'm never going back to Windows. Windows is terrible.
I do miss Android phones.
What do you have now?
I have an iPhone, but that's because of my wife.
What do you miss about Android phones?
It just seemed a lot more user-friendly and customizable.
Customizable, I get. I don't know how you can say it's more user-friendly
Like,
than an iPhone.
I don't think so.
That's the whole point of the iPhone.
With the iPhone, the internet is Safari. I don't think about internet being Safari. I think Google. I think
you can download Chrome.
I can.
It's got an app.
That's weird. So I will be stuck safaring.
Cody, everything's so difficult with Cody.
It is.
Simple things are difficult. And it's just like, why don't you just do this simple thing? And Cody's like, because it's super difficult. We're like, we're literally talking about downloading a free app.
No.
And then you sign in with your Gmail account, and then boom, you got Chrome on your
Can't
phone.
do it.
Oh, gosh. You see what I'm dealing with here? Do you see what I'm dealing with week after week after week? Cody is driving me crazy.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this bonus pod where we've just kind of rambled for a little while and talked about some recent news and argued like an old married couple. And yeah, this is us.
And kept checking our text messages to see if the random guest was coming in or not.
He did not. He is not texted. That's okay. Hopefully next week we'll be able to talk to him. Lots of guests next month.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. Let us know. Do you have any ideas for episodes coming up, listeners? You should tell us.
Do you miss the Looney Tunes? I don't know.
The Looney Tunes, I guess. But seriously, if you have an idea for a food episode and how we could work that in pop culture, Snachs with Zach. Are you excited about an episode with Snachs with Zach?
I am.
I am too. Doug Heddy possibly coming back. I mean, I shouldn't just say Doug. Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Dear
TV
friend,
personality,
close confidant, Doug Heddy.
our best friend, Douglas Heddy. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Come see us at Planet Comic-Con. Come eat with us at Old Chicago. Address to come on our social media, in the community group on Saturday night after the con lets out. And we'll see you next week.